Hello and good evening. Welcome to a special report here on CNN. I'm Ron Burgundy, your special report anchor. The date is October 21st, and in a stunning turn of events, up to 200,000 protesters marched on Washington, D.C. for an end to the war in Vietnam. And among the marchers was writer Norman Mailer. Norman, why don't you come on out here?
Thank you so much for having me today, Mr. Burgundy.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Now, you were there today. Why don't you give us a rundown on what happened?
Of course. You see, it was a very, very large protest. Anywhere between 20,000 and 200,000 people were there marching in Washington, D.C., America's capital, and they were protesting the war in Vietnam. Most of these people were from the leftist persuasion of the political spectrum and were marching for various reasons.
I see. Could you give us a little bit of the reasoning behind the protest, like inside the minds of the crowd?
Well, you see, this crowd that's assembled outside in D.C., it's a very large crowd with a diversity of opinions and ideas behind this. Now, you can break it down into kind of subsets of the leftist movement. One of these is the minorities within the leftist movement, mostly blacks and Latinos. You see, they are, in a way, disproportionately being hurt by this war, even though they make up a smaller percentage of the population of America as opposed to whites. BT dubs, let's go whites.
Amen. Alright, I have a joke. Now, all I need you to do is the knock-knock part and then say immigrants. Go.
Alright, knock knock.
Who's there?
Immigrants.
Go away.
Also emerging is a conflict between the old left and the new left. The old left is made up primarily of old white European men, usually of a minority whites, Italians, Jews especially. These people are usually Trotskyists and Marxists. And fighting these people are the new left. The new left is made up of these middle-class kind of hippies who are generally younger and have been created by college campuses across America from places like Berkeley, NYU, Rice University, and Northwestern.
And if that made any of sense to any of you, you must have had a good APUSH teacher. I didn't. Anyway, is this influencing any work that you are currently working on?
As it happens, Ron, yes it is. You see, I've decided to start writing a book in a brand new, radically different way. Shut up, Capote. Now, in this new way, I'm going to take journalism and I'm going to look at it through the way of a novel. I'm going to take current events as if it is a novel happening in real time. I call this journalism made new.
What about new journalism?
It's a horrible idea.
Yes, true. So, what are you thinking of calling this book?
I'm calling it Night of the Armies.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. Night of Armies.
It'll be a great book. It will chronicle this very march that's happening as we speak.
Well, you come tell me if it wins any awards or anything. I don't know. It sounds like a boring topic from everything you just said.
That's what my mother said.
Ouch. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Mailer. Shalom. No. Shalom. Jews. Next up, we have old leftist Jerry Rubin. Jerry?
Hello, Mr. Burgundy.
Welcome. Now, could you explain to me, what the hell is old left?
Well, you see, Mr. Burgundy, the old left is mainly composed of, as Mr. Mailer said earlier, minorities within the white ethnic groupings. Mostly Jews from Eastern Europe who believe in the leftist, communist, socialist persuasions on the economic and political spectrum. This new leftist movement is mainly composed of these younger crowd, and us old leftists, we don't like these people who are hijacking our movement. Now, our beef against this Vietnam War is because we are trying to fight communism when we here in America should be embracing communism and socialism. We should be working together.
Yes!
Wrong hand.
Oh, yes!
Leftist.
And now for the other side, the new leftist, David Dellinger. Davey?
Ron, we are on the college campuses. America out of Vietnam. Middle class, youth counterculture. We will protest till we die.
Okay, calm down, Davey. What makes you better than the old leftists?
Old leftists aren't as strong against the war because they aren't the ones being drafted, Ron. Who's the ones being drafted? We are. That is why. We will protest till we die!
Wow, such passion. And off the record, let me just say, you are one attractive fellow. What? Moving on! Who is our next guest? I need a water. Well, oh, I'm sorry, what is this? Oh, well, it looks like we have a new side of the story. Minority Cesar Chavez. Come on up.
Yes, hello, Mr. Burgundy. I'm here to tell you that we minorities are not equally represented.
Well, it looks like we're out of time. You stay classy, Hebron. Good show, good show. Is that President Johnson? Well, what about me? And that's the third time this week. Next up we have old leftist Jerry Rubin. Jerry? Well, that's the third time this week.
We are on the college campuses. America out of Vietnam. Middle class. Youth counterculture.
Ouch. Minority Cesar Chavez. Come on in.
Yes, hello, Mr. Burgundy. I'm here to tell you that we minorities are not equally represented in this fight for protest.
Well, it looks like we're out of time. No!